I'm writing this to try and hopefully reach the parents of these little bastards that keep coming to my door. Or to get anyone's advice, really. The police weren't exactly helpful to me. These kids won't leave me alone. It's not even Halloween yet, and these little bitches keep ringing my doorbell and just standing there, menacingly. It all started earlier this morning. I was sitting there having my coffee when I heard a knock on the door. So I get up and go to see who it is. When I see 4 little kids in costumes standing on my porch. Now obviously I found this pretty weird. I mean, it's too early for this shit. And it was definitely too early for them to come to my door all dressed up. It isn't even Halloween yet. I guess in some parts of the country it would be Devil's Night, the night before Halloween. But we don't live in those parts of the country. And besides, it's called Devil's Night, not Devil's 5 in the fucking morning. One of those kids is in a Grim Reaper costume. The second was dressed up as a cat, with a mask on. The third was dressed up like a zombie, or a rotting corpse. Pretty convincing too. Little guy smelled like death. And the last kid, he was all dressed in all white, had no eyes. Pretty convincing makeup, just black holes where his eyes should be. I stood there for a minute before asking them what they were doing there. You know, Halloween isn't until tomorrow, you guys. Plus, it's super early. I have work in an hour. I do have candy. If I give you some, will you leave me alone, please? And what do you know? They just stood there. They didn't even speak or even move. I noticed suddenly that they didn't even have any bags or pillowcases or anything to take the candy from me. I sighed and then closed the door to get them some candy. I fished in my cupboards for the Snickers I keep, and then got out a Walmart bag. I filled it up with a few candies and walked back to the door. I opened it up and handed the bag to the zombie kid. He didn't even take it. Didn't even reach out to grab it. Don't you want some candy? I said. Look, man, I even put it in a bag for you guys. Can you guys just take it and get going now? They still didn't respond. I sighed and told them to go away and shut the door in their faces. I went about my business when I heard a knock at the door just as I was about to leave for work. I went up to the door and the 4 kids were just standing there, just like before. I asked them what they were still doing there before shooing them away again. They just stood there. I sighed. I don't have time for this. I pushed the white kid aside and walked to my car, and got in. I backed up and watched as the kids followed my gaze behind the masks. I had a pretty normal day at work. Same old shit. Boss is an ass, but I got through it okay. I came back to my house today around 6 p.m. And guess who was still there to greet me? Now, take a wild guess. The little bastards were still there. I went up to them once I parked and asked them why they were still there. They just looked at me. What is this, man? Some kind of prank? Some fucking lame-ass TikTok challenge? I asked them. They didn't respond. I told them sternly to leave my porch. Damn kids must have been there all day. Shouldn't they be in school? Today's a Monday after all, man. Come on. I get into my house and forget all about the little demons when I hear a knock at my door. I decide, you know what? I'm gonna ignore it. Little bitches don't want full-size Snickers, and clearly they're here for the tricks and not the treats. So they aren't gonna get any more time from me. I ignored them pretty well at first, but they kept knocking. I shouted at them to leave me alone. I was able to get into a show on Netflix, but then they started knocking on my windows. I put my hands to my ears and said, "La la 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 la, can't hear you, go away please." But boy, they were persistent. They knocked on the side of my house. They even phased through my wall somehow and knocked on my bathroom door when I was taking a shit. They've been around this for several hours now, and around 9:30 p.m., I finally gave in and went to the porch. I saw them, those 4 little costume freaks just standing there like before. I screamed at them to get off my porch or I was calling the cops. They just stood there looking at me. Go figure. I turned one kid around and kicked him straight in his butt. He flew into the street. I did the same to all the other 3 kids, and then slammed the door. Hopefully these little irritating shits would leave me alone now. But no. They knocked not even 5 minutes later. I opened the door to see them, all lined up in a row. Man, I roared in anger. That's it! I'm calling the cops! So I called 911, and the dispatcher came on.
This is 911. What is your emergency?
Yes, hello? I have 4 children dressed up all in costumes on my front porch who have been ringing my doorbell all day. They won't leave, no matter what I do or say to them. Can you please make them go away?
What?
Said the dispatcher. Look, man, you heard me. There are 4 children on my front porch, and they keep knocking the damn door and won't leave.
Well, sir, it is Halloween season. Did you try giving them candy?
Yes, I did. The little shits won't take it. They just sit there looking at me. And every time I walk away, they just knock again.
Well, sir, perhaps they want you to come with them. Have you thought about going out with them? Maybe they just need someone to go trick-or-treating with.
The dispatcher suggested. What? What are you talking about, man? I'm not going out with these kids. Fuck that, dude. They're creeping me out. They've been bothering me all day, I responded.
Well, I guess it's probably a good idea you stay home instead. After all, trick-or-treating is just for kids.
Hey guys, thank you for listening. Before we end tonight's video, I just want to make a few announcements. First off, special thanks to the author for allowing me to narrate their story. Without any of the authors on Reddit or Nightscribe, these videos wouldn't happen. So, I really appreciate you guys working with me. Also, huge thanks to the Dark Path, another horror YouTuber. I'm going to leave a link in the comments, as well as the description to his channel. Go check it out. I feel like you guys are going to like some of his stories that he narrates. Hopefully I'll have him on the channel in future endeavors. Just huge thanks if you listen to this Dark Path. I also would like to note that summer is just around the corner. I've got about, I think, a week and a half, 2 weeks left of the semester. Finals, and then after that, I'm going to be off for the summer. I'm just going to be writing my thesis and doing a summer course, but every now and then I'd like to narrate a third story during the week. So I just want to give you guys something to look forward to. And lastly, I'm trying to finish up some of the series that I'm working on. Some of these series will have collaborations as well. If some people don't know, or some people are new to the channel, on the playlist section I have a list of the series that I'm currently working on. None of them are finished yet, but I'm trying to get that done sometime in the next month or 2. So we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for listening. If it so behooves you, subscribe. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. And just a huge thanks for tuning in anyway. So you guys have a good night and take care.